And we're back with more articles from cmuptm.blogspot.com. I'm Kevin.
I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Dan.
Our next article is from todayifoundout.com. It's called Marilyn Monroe Was Not Even Close to a Size 12-16, and it's by Davin Whiskey.
Okay.
Marilyn Monroe was not even close to a size 12-16. I didn't know that was common knowledge. I didn't know that was a myth that needed to be shot down.
I mean, I have heard things about that, like, there will be images that compare four specific women who exist today with four specific women who existed in 1950s and say, like, women tended to be, like, when did this myth get started that women have to be skinny to be beautiful? And then they'll show these women who have some body fat, and it's like, okay, well, you could change any of those images to support. So that myth does exist. I do know that it exists.
Okay.
That she is a larger woman than, like, I'm trying to think of any actresses now, but you know what I mean?
But she had a 22-inch waist.
Right. I mean, well, the other thing about this is with these rumors too is that, like, people's bodies change all the time. So it's like, and like, who knows what those, like, where those measurements came from? Was it like from her dressmaker or like from her publicist? And also, like, it's just one of those things. I read an article like this and I'm like, I want this article to be about how this does not matter.
Yeah.
And how this should be about how she, what her acting career was and what she did besides that.
Yeah.
Her life. I don't care.
I could have done without the quote of Elizabeth Hurley saying that she would kill herself if she were that fat.
Yeah.
It's like,
but I mean, that's what I think I'm talking
What?
about. You know what I mean? When you're like, yeah, this article should be about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, why does this matter?
Yeah, the article was kind of trying to be like, you guys are wrong.
Right.
When if it were a bit more self-reflective, it could have been like, the whole conversation is wrong.
Yeah.
But instead of doing that, it just contributed to a shitty conversation.
well, something that was, another example of like, a fact that could have been treated differently or analyzed or talked about differently was how sizes have changed
Yeah.
from the 1950s. So like, which I didn't know because I don't buy women's clothes
Yeah.
often.
You borrow.
So like in the 50s, like a size 16, what would be a size 16, 18 is now like a size 8.
Right.
And, a size 8 varies wildly from
Yeah.
brand to brand. It's kind of like the Spinal Tap, these go to 11 sort of thing. Like, why not? Like, why did the size have to change? Like, why isn't 16, 18 just what it is?
Right.
And then that just means that thing.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, and like yet another place where women tend to be given numbers like this that are indicative of their value in society, and most men's clothes, they are indicative of a real measurement.
Yeah.
You buy men's pants, as you both know, and they are a waist size and an inseam.
Yeah.
I want to buy pants like that because I am not this abstract number. It's like, who gives a, that's not helpful.
Are you a size pie?
It's like, that's not helpful to me. Like, what size is this thing that is going to cover these things? Like, that's the information I need.
We're not talking about anything real anymore.
It's so great, but
It's referential of nothing.
of nothing except your value as a person and your right to exist, which is where it gets so frustrating with these things. It's like, why does this?
Which is why this article is like,
the worst thing. Oh, I hated it, but I was interested that it existed, but I was like,
let's move past this. Let's move past this. Our next article is The Messy Business of Reinventing Happiness, inside Disney's radical plan to modernize its cherished theme parks. It's by Austin Carr at fastcompany.com. This article was so long I couldn't even load it in my browser.
and that's not a joke.
I literally could not, I scrolled to the bottom where the comments started, and I could see that it was trying to load the rest of the text and images, but just couldn't. This was a very long article.
So much to say.
But basically, it's the story of how Bob Iger, whatever,
Sure.
Iger, and the good folks at Disney developed and implemented a $1 billion plan, yeah, a $1 billion plan called My Magic Plus, which is their plan to overhaul the Disney theme parks' digital infrastructure, which included this like magic band, electronic wristband that you can use to open your hotel room or access attractions and even make purchases at restaurants and gift shops. So
there were some things that were really interesting to me in here as someone who is presently working in theater and involved in collaborative design processes, and to read about how much kind of infighting there was as a roadblock to you think Disney, you think you're supposed to think happy and orderly, but it sounds like all the different departments at Disney were just sort of being mean girls and trying to block each other's process.
yeah, I mean, I can't imagine how much red tape and bureaucracy there is to cut through at Disney.
And also the fact that they were maintaining full-scale functional models. We think in terms of we make a model box.
Mm-hmm.
They had to buy chairs from the airport to make a mini airport just to show what the experience would be, just to keep these CEOs who are giving millions of dollars on board. It's mind-boggling.
We should also say that Bob Iger, who's the current CEO of Disney, who's kind of the focus of the article, he's the one who acquired Marvel and Pixar, and so we can at least partially blame him for this never-ending state of superhero movies.
Great.
Right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Great.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess if you're super interested in this topic, this article is great for you because there's so much information.
Yeah, but it did feel doesn't seem like it has a lot of implications for anything beyond this particular company that I don't care about.
Well, actually, I saw one. It's hi. No, but
God for Dan.
So the technology that they're talking about, where they can track, they can track people in space and gather all this data on them and know when they sit down and bring their order out to them without them having to order.
Yeah.
I mean, apply that to a storytelling context. Apply that to an
That's true.
immersive theater context. And they're doing that with just a wristband.
Or when you were talking about that, I wasn't thinking theater. I mean, the first thing that made me think of just how wearables, this is the first major company that I know of to embrace wearables as part of some kind of experience. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
And it's
that's
just a
interesting.
bracelet with an RFID tag. Put that on an audience member and drop them into Sleep No More.
Yeah.
What can you do?
It also raises interesting privacy concerns. I'm sure that will become part of the conversation as this technology, as other companies start to adopt this technology for their own purposes.
Yeah, that's where my mind was jumping. I was like, oh, that's such a boring thing for me to think. But that's what I'm thinking is what are
Well, that's the thing that's actually going to impact you.
Well, right, yeah, I mean that's true. Yeah, and I was being kind of annoyed. We get so many Disney articles in here that I kind of get exhausted, and that's not really fair.
Yeah, do
there
people
was
know
no
that we don't
content.
do people know we don't pick these articles?
I don't know,
We're
but
just gluttons for punishment.
but there actually was content in this article, so I'm sorry for being.
But the other
Maybe.
the final depressing thing is that is so clearly what the higher ups are most interested in.
Yeah.
Because the article actually talks about how they had these big ideas for storytelling and how certain rides and areas would have things that just responded to it would know you and your birthday and what language you spoke, and it would be the story would become more immersive, and that's all the stuff that got cut, and they just
Oh.
ran out.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
They made sure that you could pay,
Wow.
but
Well, they just want your money at the end, right?